Throughout 1980, the AFC Central Division has been like a wild party in which flamboyant celebrants continually vie for attention. The Steelers, Browns, and Oilers have stopped short of putting lampshades on their heads, but they do have reliable methods for getting noticed. Against Buffalo, a touchdown by Franco Harris, number 32, is the kind of attention getter that has long made Pittsburgh drunk with power. But subsequent attempts to generate an offense proved a sobering experience. On this play, Lucius Sanford, number 57, took the fight out of tackle Ray Pinney, number 74. Then he took the ball from number 38, Sidney Thornton. The Bills have been accused of playing over their heads in 1980, but in this game they played over the Steelers' heads. Jerry Butler, number 80, caught 2 of Joe Ferguson's 3 scoring passes, while a 34-yard touchdown run by Curtis Brown revealed that once sturdy defenders like Mel Blount, number 47, have lost more than a little of their once impeccable timing. With the 28-13 victory, Buffalo unburdened itself of the painful memory of last season's 28-0 loss to the Steelers. The win clearly demonstrated that these are new Bills and old Steelers. Old enough to have dropped 5 games, only the second time since 1971 they have lost that many. And maybe old enough to become AFC Central wallflowers as the party moves elsewhere. There have been some raucous good times in Cleveland, for instance. And last week, the Browns' Clay Matthews, number 57, helped greet the Bengals with open arms before allowing number 21, Oliver Davis, to become a part of the festivities. Davis's 47-yard run set up a Cleveland field goal. But the real life of the party was Brian Sipe, who threw for over 300 yards for the 4th time this season. The longest of Sipe's 4 touchdown passes was a 55-yarder to Ricky Feature, number 83, who benefited from Cincinnati defenders who fell down in their eagerness to please. The 31-7 Browns rout moved them into a first-place tie with the Oilers and set up a big divisional blowout this week in Houston. In setting the pace for the AFC Central in 1980, Bum Phillips has adhered to that old Texas saying, "You gotta dance with who brung you." Bum's Oilers have a defense that has brung them a long way in 1980, and they were eager to try out their latest steps on the New York Jets. A lot of teams enjoy dancing with the Jets because they rarely lead. But in this game, they proved to be obstinate partners with some new steps of their own. Number 48, Ken Schroy, traveled 82 yards with an errant Ken Stabler pass, one of 4 stolen by New York during the game. Going into the 4th quarter, the Jets found themselves hugging a 21-0 lead that appeared insurmountable to everyone except Ken Stabler. While throwing for a career-high 388 yards, Stabler zeroed in on a comeback with targets like Billy Johnson, number 84. Houston's gyrations continued when Stabler connected with former Jet Rich Castor, number 88. For a 68-yard touchdown that even matters at 21 apiece. It was advantage Jets, however, when Bruce Harper, number 42, turned a Richard Todd screen pass into a 45-yard touchdown with a little over 4 minutes left to play. this uplifting experience was short-lived as Stabler and Castor were heard from again with 1.5 minutes showing on the clock. The contest was sent into overtime when the Jets' Pat Leahy missed a field goal with 2 seconds remaining. But Leahy earned a reprieve that brought about the Oilers' execution with barely 4 minutes elapsed in the extra stanza. The Jets' 31-28 win provided them with a bright spot in the darkly disappointing season, while Bum Phillips was left a little sore for upcoming dances with Cleveland and Pittsburgh as the AFC Central Division race nears the finish line. 1980 has seen Eagle pride soar with the NFL's finest record and the easiest schedule. Just 2 of their opponents have had winning records, and against the Oakland Raiders, Eagle skeptics believe Philadelphia needed all the help they could get. Oakland had successfully liquidated opposing quarterbacks 39 times, and with Ron Jaworski, the league's highest-ranked passer, on the perch, Raider linemen tried to make the Eagle quarterback part of a vanishing breed. While Oakland was successful in ruffling Jaworski's feathers, the Eagles created a little havoc of their own. Number 68, Dennis Bigfoot Harrison, took an outside route to a final destination in the Raiders' backfield. The Eagles sacked quarterback Jim Plunkett 8 times while putting a stopper on the Raiders' usually dynamic passing game. Plunkett's 28% completion rate was far from efficient, but on occasion he did find a seam in the Eagles' secondary using tight end Raymond Chester, number 88. It took the Raiders more than 3 quarters to produce a climactic play, but when they did, it appeared to be a bona fide game breaker. Cliff Branch's 86-yard fourth-quarter gallop forged a 7-3 lead and threatened to terminate the Eagles' 7-game winning streak. But Jaworski coolly ducked a blitz and started the Eagles' resurgence with this 43-yard pass to number 20, Leroy Harris. With 2:56 remaining, the call went to injury-plagued Wilbert Montgomery, and number 31 clinched an Eagles victory with a determined 3-yard touchdown dash. The 10-7 win secured Philadelphia's 2-game lead in the NFC East, while they happily demoted Oakland into a first-place tie with San Diego in the AFC West. Such smiles may soon vanish when they meet the explosive Chargers this week. The usually pass-minded Chargers are doubly dangerous when number 46 Chuck Muncie decides to take advantage of his generous running talents. But San Diego is also generous defensively, a liability the Miami Dolphins exploited with Tony Nathan, number 22. The Dolphins' season has been a continuing saga of ups and downs, but even when things seem to go well, Miami inopportunely trips over their own feet. Miami was successful in denying Dan Fouts his 7th 300-yard day of the season, but they were still victimized by his 3 touchdown passes. This one to Clarence Williams helped the Chargers to an ultimate 27-24 overtime victory. As the Chargers prime for their showdown with Philadelphia, those old gunfighters from Texas, the Dallas Cowboys, needed a fast draw from the Doomsday defense to shoot down an old arch rival. The Cowboys took no chances and immediately disarmed the Washington Redskins' only weapon, quarterback Joe Theismann. The game turned when Randy White, number 54, stormed into the Redskin backfield and blew down reserve quarterback Mike Krusek. Number 63, Larry Cole, coasted to a touchdown on the tailwinds created by his All-Pro teammate. The 43-yard interception was the Dallas lineman's 4th touchdown against Washington in his 13-year career and nailed down a crucial 14-10 Cowboy victory. For much of the 1980 season, the Denver Broncos have hunched over in the AFC West, but recently they've straightened up. The primary reason for their resurgence is Craig Morton, and against Seattle, Morton once again demonstrated the skills that are the inevitable result of 16 years of NFL experience. He completed 19 of 28 passes for nearly 200 yards and 2 touchdowns, including one to Riley Odoms, number 88. Morton's supposed immobility was not evident as he also ran for a score. His second touchdown pass of the game went to number 25, Haven Moses, and it gave the Broncos a 27-13 lead. The play also demonstrated that an efficient offense is now operating in Denver. Seattle's single shining moment on this dismal day came when Will Lewis, number 41, returned a Bronco punt 75 yards. Throughout most of the day, Seattle's dormant offense was thwarted by the awakened Orange Crush. Here, tackle Rulon Jones, number 75, beats his blocker and traps Zorn for a safety. Denver owed its final touchdown to an outstanding defensive effort as number 72, Don Latimer, latched on to a Zorn pass and lumbered into the end zone. With the 36-20 triumph, Denver is now standing tall enough to remain a single game behind in the AFC West. While Denver kept within striking distance of Oakland and San Diego, the Kansas City Chiefs were hot on the Broncos' heels. Against St. Louis, Kansas City scored 2 touchdowns in the final 7 minutes, including a 75-yard punt return by J.T. Smith, number 86, to defeat St. Louis 21-13. The game marked the 4th consecutive week that St. Louis has taken an early lead, only to see it disappear in the final quarter. The Chiefs win their 6th in 8 games left them with a 500 mark, just 2 games behind the division leaders. In the AFC East, the Patriots were planning their strategy to catch division-leading Buffalo. Against Baltimore, New England started Matt Cavanaugh, number 12, in place of the injured Steve Grogan. Cavanaugh ensured a smooth transition with a touchdown pass to Carlos Pennywell, number 88. But for most of the game, the Patriots suggested that they could exist without an offense, as their defensive unit continually made big plays. A case in point was Rod Schote's 42-yard interception return that gave the Patriots a 17-0 third quarter lead. Big plays were also registered by the specialty teams. 14 of New England's 27 fourth quarter points were the result of aggressive play by the Suicide Squad. Rick Sanford, number 25, took a Colt fumble into the end zone. New England enjoyed the play so much that they duplicated it nearly 10 minutes later as number 35, Alan Clark, scored a touchdown of his own. The Patriots' 47-21 victory snapped a two-game losing streak, and like Denver and Kansas City, they remain in the chase for a division title. Last Sunday, the Minnesota Vikings had a monkey on their backs, the Green Bay Packers. Lynn Dickey, often injured in the past but now fully healthy, is putting the hurt on the rest of the league. Dickey was 13 of 21 for 218 yards and was abetted by James Lofton, one of the NFL's best receivers. The Packers' running game was healthy too. Eddie Lee Ivory, number 40, rushed for 145 yards, including this 38-yard touchdown. Ivory's running mate, free agent rookie Jerry Ellis, also topped the 100-yard mark. The Ivory-Ellis tandem helped open up the passing game, and Dickey exploited the run-conscious Vikings with a 35-yard touchdown pass to Andre Thompson. Preseason pollsters had consigned the Packers to the loading dock, but the 25-13 victory left them very much in the NFC Central race. Green Bay's next opponent, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, are not. Last week, the Bucs lost to the Detroit Lions, the current conference leader, as Detroit's defense limited Tampa Bay to 45 yards rushing. Detroit's offense had been stagnant in recent weeks, so Coach Monty Clark added a new wrinkle, and it turned the game around. Quarterback Jeff Comlo handed off to Billy Sims moving left, and he gave the ball to wide receiver Ray Williams, who skirted the right end for an 11-yard touchdown. Williams' touchdown narrowed the Bucs' lead to 10-7, and the Lions began to move in for the kill. After Detroit recovered a fumble on Tampa Bay's next possession, Billy Sims showed why he is everyone's Rookie of the Year in the NFC. Sims' touchdown put the Lions ahead to stay, and they went on to defeat the Bucs 24-10. It was a crucial win for the Lions, who must remain steady to keep their shaky NFC Central lead. The Atlanta Falcons, leading the NFC West by 1 game, hosted the Chicago Bears, the last-place team in the Central Division. The Falcons have been a come-from-behind team all year, and last Sunday was no exception as the Bears jumped off to a 10-0 lead. Chicago quarterback Vince Evans apparently made matters worse with this 58-yard bomb to James Scott. Fortunately for the Falcons, the touchdown was recalled because of illegal motion. Atlanta quarterback Steve Bartkowski provided some motion of his own with this 42-yard scoring pass to Alfred Jenkins, who has now caught at least one pass in 68 straight games, while Bartkowski's touchdown pass to running back William Andrews was Big Bart's 23rd scoring strike, an Atlanta record. True to their come-from-behind style, Atlanta came back to beat Chicago 28-17 for their 6th win in a row. Neither the 49ers nor the Giants were fighting for division leads, but bruises were passed out just the same. New York runners went a mere 80 yards forward, while Phil Simms' motion was mainly backwards as he was sacked 10 times for 67 yards and losses. New York gained just 131 yards total offense, while San Francisco gained over half that total on one play. Joe Montana connected with Earl Cooper for the game's only touchdown. The rookie from Rice went 66 yards for the only score San Francisco would need. The 49ers scored 2 more points on one of football's rarest plays, the safety. A replay shows that the safety is also a poorly named play. Jim Stuckey makes Phil Simms feel anything but safe. The 12-0 win was San Francisco's first shutout in 4 years and broke an 8-game losing streak for the 49ers, who beat the Giants for the first time since 1968.